welcome to some more trucking diaries. Looking all rough. I don't know what's going on, if it's lights or what the deal is. I want to show you guys something real quick. Kind of gets under my skin. That. It's not only a sign of laziness, it's littering. And it looks like a wet spot there too, so he probably dumped out his pee bottle. Probably splattered all over that guy's steps over there. Those are the type of guys you just want to get them by the neck and just wring their eyeballs out. Oh well, we're going to have a good day. I'm going to get out and clean my windows real quick and head on down the road. Look at that sunrise. And the camera's even got it. Kind of darker or brighter than what it really is. Let's kind of dim it down a little bit. There you go. That's what I'm seeing right there. That's beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. It's reassuring that not everything's trashy in this world. I did clean my side windows and mirrors. I just used a squeegee up there. It's a lot easier. Well, we're emptied out, but you can see we got us a little bit back on the trailer, so grabbing a little LTL to take with us over to Kansas, and conveniently it's going right where we're going to reload at, so yeah, saves us a little bit of time and company money, make a little money on the way. Places like this where it's all nice and dry and dusty, especially when you're waiting in a dry, dusty staging area, suck when you don't have no AC. One of the good things about this load, it's only like 360 something miles, I think it is. It ain't too bad. Be over pretty close to where we stayed the other night, just inside of Kansas there, but you know, we got our extra drop, so that kind of benefits us in the fact that we're getting paid, pretty well got paid to come down here to load and to go down and get our next load too, so it works out, I guess. But we ain't gonna make it that far tonight, I can tell you that, because we done got too many hours under our belt today. You know, some of you don't understand this whole e-log thing, why I kind of struggle with it, but you know, we got 14 hours from the time whether we go on duty or start driving, one or the other. We got 14 hours to be able to drive our 11-hour clock. So the second I started my clock this morning, started my 14-hour clock. So the clock's really not adjustable, so to say, but just don't have any flexibility. And that 14-hour clock only stops if you do a couple-hour break, and you gotta be off duty or sleeper berth, which I think I could probably stretch it. I don't know, we might be able to use split sleeper berth and get on over there so we don't have that many miles to drive tomorrow. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Because you can technically do a split, do a 2-hour break, and then it pauses your time, and you can use the rest of your time. I don't know, let's look into that. We'll see. See how I feel anyway. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing it, but either way, you can take a 2-hour break, and then, or an 8-hour break, and then, you know, do your stuff, and then do the rest of your break, and then you get, you know, it's considered a full reset. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. It's confusing to me and remember sometimes, so, you know, rules are rules, I guess, but when you're handcuffed, heck, you know. Well, we're loaded, made it up to Poplar Bluff to the little truck stop. Beautiful sunset. See how I got this thing loaded down and secured? That guy come and tell me that I didn't secure it right, or I did it the lazy way, which I ain't gonna argue, you know. I put 2 extra chains on than what was required by law. But he's saying, since I didn't cross chain the front. He was in the process of doing it, so I stood around and I kind of chit-chatted with him. I said, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, because cross chain in the front, it's a great idea, don't get me wrong. But I asked him, I said, what are you going to do when your chains all start loosening up and the force of that cross chain on the front starts pushing your load to the back? He says, well, I ain't going to tighten them down enough to make a difference. I said, so you're just going to leave them loose? He goes, yeah, I'm going to tighten them down just enough where they don't really wiggle, but I can pretty well tighten them down by hand. I said, okay. I said, so if you're doing it right, I said, you tighten them down just like you would your top chains. And I said, to prevent your load from sliding back, you would need cross chains across the back. Gooses. And he goes, well, that's why I'm not tightening them down, because I don't want the load sliding back. I said, well, I'm just telling you, you know, if you do it right, especially if you crank the front ones down, you're going to push the load back, therefore causing the front chains to loosen up, therefore defeating the purpose of even having them. You know, everybody knows I love experts, and I ran into another one today and absolutely had a blast with them. Didn't get to say much, but just listening to them go on, that sunset, it's wonderful. Yeah, this little truck stop here in Poplar Bluff ain't terrible. Ain't the nicest place. I mean, every time I've been in the men's bathroom, it's always smelled like crap, but tonight it smelled like reefer. And not one of them fancy refrigerated trailers, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't know, they got decent food. Man, they had this in the grease box, and between that and this knockoff, what is it, Fago with soda, root beer, it was only $8, so pork steaks are pretty decent here. I know it looks burnt, but that's just a crispiness of the sauce on there. A little weird. I don't know. Man, I get up, barely get the curtains open, start turning the lights on, you know, kind of my normal routine. Like I said, I barely get the curtains open and somebody's knocking on the door. Guy wanting an older guy, looked like might have had some little bit of disabilities, asking for a ride to St. Louis. Man, I can't help you out today. We're going to Kansas. I said, man, ain't a lot of door knockers around. I've never had an issue down here. I've stayed here several times and never had an issue. People come around knocking on doors, let alone walk around the parking lot here that don't drive trucks. So hopefully the old boy can find him a ride to St. Louis. Man, it's too early for that crap. Yeah, I just got done talking to that old boy. He was standing out there talking, kind of looking around, and he's like, yeah, I was riding a train and I got to use the bathroom, and when I was walking back to my seat, the train was rocking and I accidentally grabbed the emergency stop and kicked him off the daggum train. He's just trying to get to St. Louis, but unfortunately, we're not even heading that direction. I mean, we're going north maybe 5 miles, then we're going straight west and kind of southerly direction. So I told him, well, good luck, bud. I said, I wish I could help you out, but ain't much we can do at this point. Kind of see the sunrise coming up over yonder. Pretty. I love sunrises. I don't know why. You can't really see it over there, but every once in a So you get a pretty good peek over yonder. It's beautiful, just beautiful. I guess I'm gonna step back to what I was talking about earlier. Been yesterday for me, but about the old boy getting on to me about not cross-chaining my load here. No, that ain't the old boy there. But he's got beams onto, actually they're probably pylons. They're pylons they call them. They drive them into the ground, pile drivers, you know, like wrestlers, you know. But he's got them loaded in an I pattern, you know, I, you know. And mine's in an H pattern, what I have, so they're, you know what I'm saying here? But with his load up there, I noticed, you know, they're not banded together, and, you know, of course, neither are mine. But he's got choker chains on the front and rear. And I noticed they were kind of jiggling a little bit going down the road, because whether you use choker chain or choker strap in on the load, it can be difficult to get them 100% tight, just the nature of the beast. And either way, a load like what he has, with it being in the I pattern, you can run you a chain through on the lower part of the beam and pull forward on the front and pull forward on the rear, pull back on the front with just one chain without having to, you know, do the whole X thing here. So you just have one chain wrapped around, you know, around the front and the back pretty much. But where I'm getting at is, even though he's got extra securement on that load, granted he's got a strap over being chained, which I'm not going to say one way is better than the other, but if he was to get pulled over, DOT man go up and grab onto the chain, do a little wiggle, 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 that's loose, considered a unsecured load. And with the guy from yesterday, with him telling me he was just going to leave the chains, he's more or less going to snug them up, but, you know, same thing. DOT can come up and go wiggle, 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 no chains is loose. Guess what? That's an insecure load. You know, you can put 1,000 chains and straps and everything else on the load, but it only takes one, you know, to be damaged or loose. You know, one strap or chain or whatever to be damaged or loose, and they can consider that a insecured load. That's just a little tidbit for those of you that aren't familiar with the flatbed world and all that, but, you know, it's important to get out every once in a while, check your chains, check your straps, whatever. You know, it's important. And, you know, I ain't saying people are right or wrong, but that's just the cold hard truth of it, that, you know, just in case you put extra securement on, that's not mean that you're going to get out of a DOT violation. If that securement, you know, there's no such thing, according to DOT, as a safety chain or strap. It's all securement. So if it's loose, it's loose. You know, they'll get the ticket book out and write it up for you. They'll let you know. I guarantee you. Yeah, they got some bull rags running the front door now. Scooting right along. I'll put that other flatbed in the back pocket there. That guy, we couldn't pull that gum hill, I tell you. I put all 60 of the series in line there, right? Put them in the back pocket there, going uphill.
Yeah, I got a call, I reckon. Yeah.
Oh, one of these bull wagons till they get off here. And we're scooting right along, I tell you. We put the old toothpick in. Got to fit in with them, right? Right, Joe. Some of you old school truckers might recognize this old place here. The old Hoods. Full service truck stop. They come out, they pump it, they clean your windows. I mean, they did a decent job. Got some of the bugs off. They got a restaurant right there. That's the old one of the bull wagons I was running with a while ago. Going pretty close to the same place I'm going, but, you know, they got everything here. Over there, hotel. Lots of parking here. Full service, man. They come around, like I said, they do everything. They fuel it, clean your window, send you on your way. I can't say that we are empty, but we down to get rid of our last 2 pallets. We got the steel off already. Just cruising right on down the highway here all by my lonesome. Ain't nobody behind me, nobody on my side. I don't see nobody in front of me for a pretty good ways there. So we're just cruising on down this way. Gonna get me some, I'll get rid of these and pick up a load of rock. And I don't know, we might stop somewhere on the way back, get this thing washed and go deliver tomorrow. Saturday I gotta drop it off, get the AC fixed on it. Or I might even drop it off tomorrow, I don't know. Man, I just had a close call. I had to get down on the brakes. I didn't necessarily slam on them, but had to get on them a little bit. Had a tanker truck, just couldn't wait for a good clear area to pass a slower moving box truck in front of. I mean, you can see all the traffic on this road here. There ain't much whatsoever. But it just couldn't wait. I could tell from, as soon as I seen him pop over in the left lane, there wasn't no way in the world he was making him clear before I got to him. Nope. The old box truck that was coming at me had to slam on the brakes and let him over. I was on the brakes, I'd slow down. I mean, I'm clipping along pretty good, about 65, 70, occasionally 75 through here. And I had to slow down about 30 to keep from hitting head on. And I mean, we barely cleared. So, heck yeah. You ain't that big of a hurry, slow down. It's a lot faster and, well, picking 2 trucks off the side of the road that are, now steel toothpicks, you know what I mean? Oh man. Not only got one 65-mile-an-hour cowboy in front of us, we got 2. And we're gaining on another one. Oh man. Passes those are pretty regular and pretty long here, but not long enough and regular enough to make it feel safe enough to pass both of these. I mean, they're rolling all right. They're staying 65, but that old third one up there, we're gaining on him. He got to probably be the trouble. I want to get us most trouble out of here. I was going to get old Fireball a bath a while ago, but there you go. He lost. I love him. How you know what I'm talking about here? They're rolling on up 44 like a rocket sled on rails. I can't tear up our swindle sheets and leave them sitting on the scales no more. We're on E-logs. Come on. But unless Hood's up here has a truck wash I don't know about. Well, we ain't getting it washed tonight. Might not get it washed at all this trip. I don't know yet. Ain't made my mind up. We'll see how we feel in the morning, how our time schedule looks. It definitely feels like I've been here already today. There you go. We made it back to Hood's. Had like 40 minutes or something on my electronic log book. So, outside of pushing down the road a little ways, this to me was my best option to park at. I haven't really been inside the restaurant. I've ate here a few times during COVID, but the restaurant itself was closed, but they still served food. But we're going to get our shower bag, head in, get a shower, get freshened up, go eat some dinner, and then probably go to bed. Let's go in and get us some grub. There you go. More bull wagons. There you go. I made sure we parked in the red truck parking area. I don't know, hopefully nobody backs in that little truck. Heck yeah, let's just drop our trailers right in the middle of the driveway and decide to swap them out. What a bunch of morons. Oh wait, Krusty. This old boy here, he's ready to go. I think he's ready to go over there and whoop some tail. It's too early in the morning for this crap. Really? There's a million parking spots here and they gotta do it right here in the middle of the driveway. I don't do it often, but it's one of them mornings. I'm not one to really go snitch on people, but when I went in, got my drink. And I told the boys, man, I hate truck drivers. He goes, what's your excuse? And I said, well, you got two CRST drivers pull in over on the back row, park right in front of everybody, where nobody can get out of their parking spots. They switch trailers out. I said, the old boy next to me is ready to go when they pulled in, and they blocked him in. So, naturally when they started switching trailers, he went out to tell them to move so he could leave. And that old boy inside, I mean, he went off the hinges just about. He's like, I've told them. They come here at the same time almost every morning. They got a yard across the street. They could go do that in. They come over here and they block our drivers. And every morning somebody comes in and says something to me about it. He says, and I call them, and nothing gets done about it. It's like, why are they so inconsiderate of others? But I don't know, let's roll. Yeah, really don't want to. We're over here at Cuba. Even that window's pretty dusty. Got the streak and beacon. Gonna get this old dirt ball washed up. Hate to do it, but it's been a while. Needs done. We're out of room for mud. Yep, the fun part, getting washed. I guess we need to adjust the door. It's just leaking around the seal up here. Windshield leaks. I think it's a windshield. It might be somewhere else. Yeah, it's a windshield. You can see where it's coming in at. Ah, there you go. Quick once over. Most of you want to check out that yee machine right there. Looking overall nice and good. Shining like a diamond. And a turd patch. Oh, man. Yeah. Disconnecting from Mac. Pull around over here next to the old man's truck over yonder. There it is. Pull over there. Get in line to go into there. Get the AC fixed so I can put the windows up and not have to listen to the wind all day. Heck yeah. So, yeah, we're starting our weekend. All right. Poor old Dennis out there changing tires still. He's like 100 years old.